Day two. Shout out to everybody who has supported the album The Iridescent. It is out now. For those of you who are not in the loop and just trying to figure out what the hell is going on, I'm Jaron Ikner. I currently put out a surprise album, The Iridescent, last night, and every copy that gets downloaded, streamed, or whatever will actually go towards soulrevivalinc.org for their water bottle drive so we can get out a bunch of water for all the homeless people and those in need in Phoenix, Arizona, because it's hot as hell out here. It's like 115 degrees on average. You know what I'm saying? So I'm doing the best that I can. And so I decided to attach the album to this. And I decided, I might as well show you guys my process and how I promote an album, how I try to find new fans, how I go about just being me and how I run my company, kind of how I do my business. And so we're on day two, and a couple of notes. Last night's episode, if you guys watched it, I said that I was going to send out a mailing list through Reverb Nation. I also said that I was going to try and do some things on Twitter today, and that my biggest concern, actually, I guess the issue of today's episode was that the Spotify link didn't drop at midnight last night, which is not necessarily a bad thing because I ended up pushing people to the website, and as you can see in the counter below down there, we actually already acquired 8 cases of water. So that is through the 2 downloads on via PayPal on the website. We also have a donation via Play It Forward, which I'll show you guys here. Play It Forward is a website that allows you to set up your album for direct donations. So here's Play It Forward right here. Someone donated $5, download the album there. That money goes directly to Soul Revival, so I don't have to worry about getting the money to them. That's just already set up. Album's on there. So we got those. But then we also have our YouTube subscribers. So as I said before in the last video, everybody who subscribes to this YouTube channel, because this video is on YouTube, it's also streaming live on Facebook, but we don't really care about people on Facebook. Everybody who subscribes on this YouTube channel will count for 1 case of water. So far, when I bring up my little image here for my subscribers, I will show you guys that, let's see here, Bladdow. As you can see, right there near the end there, I probably should have circled it. Make this a little bigger here. Bow. Right here near the end, on the far right, you see this little dip. That's basically where we started, and we started at 1,402 subscribers total. Since then, we've gone up 5 subscribers. So that is 5 cases of water that we added to our counts right here. So thank you. So far, we have 8 cases of water. The album now is out on Spotify, and so tomorrow, in tomorrow's video, we'll have our first count for all of our Spotify followers to see if anybody followed us and all of our streams, and we'll total that into the water bottle count. Also, if you guys are watching this right now, go check out the album. Go head over to jaronactor.com and you will find the full short story. We're also working on dropping the video for Sweat here very, very soon. Probably after this video is done, the video for Sweat will be out. So go check that out, and we'll see how that does too. And I have a couple strategies on how I plan on promoting that too. But what I'm trying to show you in today's episode is the mailing list that I talked about. We did send that out this morning to our very, very exclusive list on Reverb Nation. And as I explained in yesterday's video, the reason why I use Reverb Nation is because this is a mailing list that I've cultivated and curated very, very delicately over the last 10 years or so. There's only 200 and something subscribers. At one point it was like 600, and I actually brought it down because I actually went through every single email and asked myself, is this an important contact to have? Will this person open this email? And what I can actually show you right now, if I bring this up properly, is the fact that if we go to, let's see, window capture, yes. New source, yes. If we go to Reverb Nation, I will show you guys that, here we go, pow. One of the things I like the most about Reverb Nation that I really just enjoy is the fact that their mailing list system is pretty fire. Because if you go to their fan reach, it will give you very fine details on who's opening your emails, where they come from, etc., so forth. Now, I'm gonna have to figure out how to show you guys this without showing my emails. I mean, I guess there's some right there, but these people are whatever. I'm more concerned about what's inside this actual mailing list here. If you go to your reports and go here, since I sent out the email, 13 people have opened it. And if I click on that, which I'm not going to right now because like I said, there's some pretty choice emails in here, it will give me a list of every single person who has opened these emails. And so now I know that so-and-so opened his email, so-and-so opened his email. And this all, tracks back to the analytics. So if we check our analytics currently, let's give it a gander here. Let's see where we're sitting at with that. If this lets me, okay, here we go. Our analytics right now, since yesterday, as I showed you guys, I told you guys that I average about 10 website hits per day. That's just without me doing anything. That's just me just like living my life and just being me. People looking for me. And that's because of things like my Spider-Man script that's on there, other scripts that are on there, my short films. I have reasons for people to be seeking me out. Also, when I'm out there doing business and shaking hands and kissing babies, I always push people to my website. So I know for a fact that on average, my website's getting about 10 hits a day. And a lot of people be like, oh, that's not a lot. It's not a lot. But without any type of marketing, any type of promo, that's 300 website hits a month. You know what I'm saying? So I knew that I would need to go ahead and try to top that. That's like my benchmark. So let's look at today's numbers. Today, so far, we're actually rocking at 13. We already have 13 people visit the website already. So we're already above average. And I haven't even done any real promo yet. And if we look at yesterday's full numbers for yesterday, we ended up doing 21 hits. So we doubled the amount of people who came to our website yesterday just by loosely talking about this. And so now we know that basically it's on. It's on. We're doing this now. So now my main focus is to try to get this. I want to get this user number up to about 30 for this campaign. By the way, we decided that we're going to be doing this series for about 2 weeks, mostly because I have a vacation in the middle of July. So I figured, in July, that would be a good time. July 15th is when I'm heading out of town. And so we were doing a 2-week campaign. We're going to try and put together at least 15 of these videos talking about what I do on a daily basis to kind of promote this album and get it heard. Show you some of my tricks and how I get new fans, etc. so forth. Anyways, I digress. So my goal right now is to just increase the traffic on the website. That's actually kind of my ultimate goal in all this, is to increase the clout, right? Soul Revival was generous enough to participate in this and let me use them as a nonprofit to push all these water bottles too. Because I wanted to do this anyways, and I work with this company closely, and I was like, you know what, this is you guys' first water bottle drive. Let me give you guys a signal boost. I'll put you guys through my engine, and we'll see what's up. And because of that, there's less pressure on me. Like, I'm not doing this for the money necessarily. I'm just doing it for the traffic. I want people to check out my website. I want people to read my bio. I also have a film out, The Bond, which should be hitting Amazon Prime here very, very soon. And, getting that goodwill and that traffic is all good. There's nothing bad about any of this. So for me, it's a win-win-win-win-win. We're helping out the homeless. We're helping out Soul Revival. We're helping me out. But on my website, I always make sure that all the necessary pieces are there. So let's actually take a look at the website real quick. We're going to go to jaron.ikner.com real quick. Clickly clack clack if my keyboard wants to work properly. Click here, and we will check out the website. So the couple of notes on the website that I want to point out for those who are trying to build their website and do all this. One thing in particular is the idea that I have all my social media set up in the upper right corner for easy access. And the reason for that is because everybody has their own personal preference in terms of how they like to promote their music. So I'm not sure why it's not showing my cursor. Oh, here we go. Aha, there it is. So if you look at my cursor right here and look in this upper right corner, you will see that I have my Twitter account, Facebook, Instagram, Vimeo, YouTube, IMDb page, Spotify, SoundCloud, and a mailing list. And I believe if you look at this on mobile, these will be the first things that you see, all just kind of set up, ready to go. And the reason is, like I said, people will always check out your social media probably before they check out like the fine details of your website. And so, knowing this, I always kind of have that front and center. But also, what's good about this particular website is the fact that I can configure this however I want to. I'm not going to show you the back end of my website, but there, if you click on Jaron Ikner, you will see that there's all these different tabs here: the iridescent, the Bond movie, setting Sundays, and I make a new tab for every project that I roll out, everything that I do. But the Who tab is basically where my bio's at, latest projects, most of my films. If I wasn't pushing a project right now, this would basically be what you would see if you go to my website. It would have most of my latest releases, all the pertinent links, etc., and so forth. But on the iridescent, I'm making sure that people have options. It's not about necessarily going there and buying it directly. If you want to, you can stream it on Bandcamp. You can buy it on Play It Forward. You can buy it on Apple Music. You can buy it on Spotify, etc., and so forth. The whole point here is to give people choice. I'm not trying to I'm not trying to indoctrinate you into a system, but I do have a system that is available for those that is direct. So if you go and click on the iridescent, you get a direct link to PayPal. That money, when you go and you put it in there, it goes directly to my PayPal. I get a notification on my phone. No waiting 3 months through DistroKid, none of that. It's just ready to go. And honestly, this is something that I did with Arizona Kanye 2. I think I had an exclusive on my website for a couple weeks before I dropped it. And I made a bunch of money just doing that. So this is kind of a pro tip for artists out there looking for ways to like kind of take advantage of your fans. And that's kind of a weird way of putting it, but that's kind of the point, is that your fans, if they mess with you, they'll mess with you. They'll buy their album directly for your website. Why would you try to push them through iTunes, which is difficult to do, by the way? There's a whole step and procedure involved when you could just have a link on your website, etc., so forth. Now, when it comes to Billboard charting and things like that, if you're trying to do that, obviously you need to set up some more official streams, because you can report these to Billboard if you want to, but you want to be able to make sure that all those things are being reported. Just things to think about. So, anyways, now we are getting into the fun part, right? Like, how are you going to push this? Let's take a look at our Spotify accounts real quick. I'll show the image that I posted last night. I think it was this one. Nope, it was this one. Yeah, these numbers have not changed since this morning because Spotify updates every 24 hours, give or take, about every 24 hours. So right now we're sitting at 204 followers, 27 monthly listeners. These numbers are weak as hell. Have no problem admitting that. I don't really push people through Spotify, as I explained in my other videos. I try to push people to my website, and if they want to go to Spotify, fine. But chances are you're buying it from the album. You're buying the album from the website or iTunes if you're there to begin with. So now we have to figure out how we're going to try to promote this. First of all, since this is a full album, it's actually a little bit different than pushing a single. And really what it comes down to, honestly, and this is my opinion, if you guys feel that I'm wrong, you can always chime in, but you have to focus on one song at a time in this modern day of promotion. I can expect people to listen to the entire album, but because of attention spans and all those other distractions, I am not going to count on it, right? I might get you to listen to one or two songs before you move on, unless you just have that much free time. But most people don't. And there's a lot of distractions. You know what I'm saying? The new season of Stranger Things just dropped. You know what I'm saying? You're trying to watch that. You're not trying to listen to my album, right? But I might be able to get you to listen to a couple songs. So you have to kind of focus and decide and determine what song you're going to use as your lead single. Singles are more important nowadays than ever before when it comes to pushing entire projects. If you don't have a lead single that represents the vibe and the tone of your album, you got to figure that out. You got to ask your friends, you got to share your music and be like, hey, what song do you think you vibe with the most? And so over the last couple weeks when we were trying to push this album, I decided to push the single Sweat as the lead single for the album. And the reason for that, me choosing Sweat, is because the chorus has a nice call response type of vibe to it, so where you can kind of get motivated from it. I'm spitting some crazy fire bars, and from the feedback, it's probably the best production on the album so far. And so we shot a video for Sweat, and we're going to be pushing that through all of our appropriate channels. That will be on YouTube here shortly. But since we know that Sweat's the single, we know that that's also the song that we're probably going to use for Spotify marketing, right? And there's a variety of different ways that you can go market your stuff on Spotify, right? You can try to submit your music to different playlists. You could talk to influencers to share your music. You can use sites like Submit Hub to get your music into blogs, things like that. There's all these different tricks that you can do to get your music out there. Personally, I'm not a fan of sites like Submit Hub because of the saturation of it. There's so many people using Submit Hub, and I think right now the current ratio is something about 10 to 12% of people who submit their music through Submit Hub actually get selected and use and get their music posted on blogs. And so what's interesting about that is that Submit Hub actually just expanded their platform to TikTok influencers, which I did actually use some of this service for the rollout for The Setting Sun. I chose a couple songs, sent it out to some influencers worldwide. The results were okay, and maybe we'll make a separate video about that one day. But that option is there. If you want to find, TikTok influencers doing their thing who are willing to share their music to your audience, Submit Hub's a great place to do that. But my main goal right now is to push my album to, push the single to playlists. And so one of the sites that I use for The Setting Sun, which I'm going to show you guys right now, is a site called Sound Campaign. Sorry, I almost said the wrong name. Sound Campaign, as you see here, will actually show you the... Sound Campaign is basically the same thing as Submit Hub, except that instead of it being you sending your song out to different bloggers, you're sending your song out to different playlisters, people who have personal playlists or curated playlists that they put together, etc., so forth. And so the way that it works is that you put a certain amount of money on your account, X amount of dollars. You set up your song, and then you go ahead and basically wait for people to want to put it on their stuff. And the people who put it on their stuff, when they select it, you have an option of saying yes or no, and then that whatever that costs for them to do that, it gets taken out of your balance, and then you get it on your playlist, etc., so forth. I've used this for multiple songs, as you've seen here, and it has worked amazing for me. In terms of just getting new fans, getting new listeners, etc., so forth. I use it for my lead single, Fact. I used it for Streetlights. I used it for Matumbo. These are some of my biggest songs in my career. And I didn't spend that much money. I didn't even drop them. I think I dropped like $50 on all these per campaign. So I'm not over here dropping like a big old fat bag. I could go over here and drop $1,000 and boost my signal. But what I'm going to do, I already added my song on here, Sweat, and I'm currently waiting for their approval. I already have a balance of $19, because one thing I forgot to mention is that whatever your balance is at the end of the campaign, so the campaign lasts for X amount of time, maybe it's about 2 weeks, I believe. After that 2 weeks, whatever's left in your account just goes back to you, and so you can use that for another campaign. So probably what I'm going to do is I'm going to end up topping this off to maybe about $100, and I'm going to see what happens. I'm hoping to get the Spotify listeners up and maybe get a couple of followers off of it. Also, too, with the video dropping on YouTube, I plan on putting this on my own blog. Yes, I have my own blog. As you guys may or may not know, I run a blog called Quasar Cult. Quasar Cult is a lifestyle/entertainment blog that has several thousand followers at this point. If you go to quasarcult.com, which I will show you guys, quasarcult.com, I have my trusty protege, Joey, aka Voodoo Eyes, who runs this site. But we post our own stuff on here because the audience is there. So when we post our stuff on here, we are automatically sharing through LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, all these different channels in one go. And it's a built-in audience, very strong following. We also have a shop on here, but this is another video. But we have a shop on here with merchandise that we sell on here as well. And so it's also critical for me to keep this maintained. And I know that for a fact that some of our biggest hits that we get on the website are the original content that myself and Joey create. So me dropping a link on here on Quasar Cult would be very important and very critical to alerting our fans that this is happening, because this is the whole thing about it is that typically when I do a rollout, you guys know that this is coming. I put in a lot of hype. I start talking about it months in advance. When I'm like, oh, we're doing this, we're doing this. The setting sun's coming in November. The setting sun's coming in November. I'll talk about that nonstop. So by the time it drops, it's almost ad nauseum for you guys because you guys know that it's coming because I'm pretty good about talking. With this album, we're almost doing things in reverse. The project's out now. So now we have to alert everybody and let people know that it's out and to go listen to it. So one of the most stressful things about being an artist is the Spotify Artist app. And I'm going to show you why here in a second. If you guys haven't used this app, what it likes to do is show you real-time results of people who are listening to, you can't really see it, who are listening to your music right now. So this is real time. So right now, currently there is nobody listening to the album right now. Hopefully this will change in the next couple minutes when I push this link through this Twitter method that I show you. But the whole idea is with Spotify and making all this is it's a psychological thing. And I talk about this all the time with clients and artists that I work with. This social media thing, this marketing thing, it's all about psychological warfare. When you see and I'm talking about you as a consumer, when you see something in your timeline and you click on it and then you decide to follow it, press play or do whatever, you are breaking a psychological barrier that allows you to do that. So the question is what are the parameters of that psychological barrier that make you do not want to click, right? Maybe you don't like the person. Maybe you don't think the artwork's good, et cetera, and so forth. And that's why they actually say with advertising that you need to expose your potential consumers at least 7 times to an ad before they're likely to click. This is on average, of course, but 7 times they have to see an ad before they are likely to click on it. So typically speaking, unless they're your hardcore fans, you need to have 7 pieces of ads because you can't run the same ad 7 times. I mean, you can, but you need to have 7 pieces of content ready to go. Whether it's a screenshot of your tweet, artwork. I got some more stuff for there that's destined that we're about to drop here soon. Other things that keep the people interested enough to be like, whoa, who? I keep seeing this iridescent. I keep seeing this Jaron Ikner. What is this about? And this is for acquiring new fans, right? If you already have your fans in place, you need to activate them, offer them incentives, offer them perks. I've been thinking about perks to offer my fans. I haven't gotten that far yet because, like I said before, we're doing this rollout in real time. We didn't plan any of this like we usually do with most of our rollouts where it's like, oh, we got t-shirts given out, we got stickers, we got all kinds of cool stuff. We're figuring this out real time based off of the response of you all letting us know how you feel about this, either by hitting me up directly or leaving comments or subscribing to our page. Already, like I'm already impressed with the results. I'm not even like mad right now. We already have gotten 8 cases of water right here in less than 24 hours. So I'm feeling pretty good about the results of this. But one thing I want to show you, and this is the last trick before we end this video and be back tomorrow. I want to show you my Twitter trick. This is a trick that I use to gain potential. And I say potential very, very cautiously because you might make some people angry. New fans. Now, on Twitter, let me show you guys this real quick. Make sure I'm on the right Twitter account. Okay. So on Twitter, if you head over to this little search bar right here and type in the words need new music and hit enter, what you will find if you go to latest, literally in real time, like minutes ago, people asking, let me make this bigger so you guys can see it. Literally people in real time asking for new music. Who's got some new music to listen to? I need new music. Need some new music. Who's rocking with it? Need new music. I need some new music. Drop links. Literally, this person just posted this 11 minutes ago. So, what the hell are you gonna do, right? You gotta give these dudes some music, right? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take, I'm gonna write a copy real quick. So let's go ahead and open this real quick. We'll go to Google Docs, and I'm not. Go here real quick. All right, and the copy is gonna be something simple. For you guys who don't know, copywriting is basically like the captions or something that you say when you're trying to market yourself. And I'm gonna keep it simple, like, hey, you should check out my new project, the Iridescent. Also, I'm gonna let people know that every stream download goes towards a water bottle drive. And then I'm going to put www.jaronikner.com because that's going to be my streamlined one link that they can go and get all the information from. And they can choose what channel they want. Now, there are people who have like obscure, like, oh, I listen to music on Deezer or Tidal. And over time, I think I eventually will add those links. But most people listen to their stuff on Apple Music, Spotify, or YouTube. And so those are the links that we have set up. Although I haven't put the YouTube link up yet. I need to do that. I'll probably do that here in a little bit. But anyway, so back to this real quick. We have a nice, simple ass copy. Just nice and simple. Once again, let me get this big ass thing out the way. Click, clack. Hey, you should check out my blah, blah, blah. Nice and simple. Okay? So I'm going to take this. I'm going to copy this. We're going to head over to Twitter. Make this a little bit bigger. And literally, I'm going to respond to this chick. Boom. Hey, you should check out my new project, The Iridescent. Every stream goes towards a water bottle drive. Reply. And you can do this for every person on here. Now, the ultimate cool trick about this is that somebody, I don't know who it was, they actually made a bot that I follow. Now, this bot is called the Need New Music Bot. This bot, literally, every time somebody says the words or types in the words need new music, he retweets it. So literally all these people on this account are people who need new music. Real time. This person just posted 15 minutes ago. I'm going to send them my music. Reply. Plaid clickety clack, reply. Now, what one should do with this information is probably spend, I don't know, maybe a good, we'll say 15 to 20 minutes a day going through here and just replying to people who are literally asking for new music. Now, you have to be careful and make sure you read all these posts because some people are like, oh, I'm pushing new music. But most of these people are literally people, and some of these accounts are bots. Some of these accounts are artist marketing things, etc., so forth. But if you just take the time and spend a good 10 to 15 minutes every day just kind of reading through these posts and seeing who's requesting new music. I need new music. Help. Here you go. Pow. Let me help you out. There's some new music. Check it out. I need some new music in my life. Oh, you do? Oh, you do? You need some new music? Okay, I got you. Pow. Biggity blow. And this happens all day. Like, this is not just like right now. Like, this is constant. You could do this all day if you wanted to. All you have to do is refresh your page every hour, and there'll be new people all around the world asking you for new music. I need new music. Drop your best links. Got you. Pow. Hot damn. I've done this countless times, and I've made dozens of fans from all over the world. Now, the bad side of this, and this is a warning for those who are going to try this, some people don't like that shit. and it's kind of weird. And I think there's a psychological thing behind that too, where it's like some of these people asking for new music are like Instagram influencers or like girls who want attention, and they're like, oh, I'm bored, send me new music, because they get a bunch of comments and a bunch of hits. Because I'm not the first person to do this. I didn't invent this, right? And so some people might get upset when you send them music. Just keep that in mind. But typically, most of the time when I do this, it's either people don't respond, or they say thank you, or they listen to it. I just sent out 5 links right now. Let's see if my analytics went up at all over the last several minutes. Let's see here. If I go and share this screen and look at my analytics, we got 5 hits over the last 15 minutes. And that number will only increase because I'm going to probably keep doing this for another 10 or 15 minutes. Just kind of scrolling through. Also, kind of look at the comments too. If there's like 6 people on here, you don't need all this. You got to be first, either first or second. And a lot of people have kind of figured this out, right? Like, a lot of people request music, and a lot of people send them. So, what I like to do, like, once again, is try to keep it real time as possible. Try to be that first person out there with it. Going to Twitter, going to latest, and just taking time to read this. Who's got some new music to listen to? I need some new shit. I got you. Flat out. So yeah, you guys get the point. You guys get the point. Tight. So, thanks for watching, guys. We'll be back tomorrow with another video, day 3. And on day 3, we'll check our Spotify numbers, update our water bottle count, and talk about and check the Sound Campaign website to see if anybody's interested in pushing our song through playlists. Also, our video for our Sweat will be out. So we'll see those numbers and we'll see if our YouTube subscribers have gone up. And maybe tomorrow we'll actually talk about YouTube ads and how I run those as well. So thanks for watching. If you guys haven't already, go check out jaron.com, check out The Iridescent, go check out soulrevivalinc.org and donate to the water bottle drive. Go check out the album. Let me know what you think. If you hate it, that's fine too. But every listen, every stream, every download is going towards a good cause. I appreciate you guys for watching. We'll see you all soon. Take care.